Hi everybody, Jessie here from jess-c.com, and I'm back with another video. So for today's video, we're going to do some Copic coloring using one of the March releases from C.C.Designs called Froggies, and these frogs are absolutely adorable. I did pre-cut out some masks to go along with it, and then I'm just going to play with the mask here on my stamp positioner to get the layout of the card all done up here. So we're going to start by stamping out our little frogs. So I just kind of use the mask to place them instead of just the stamp set. It gives me a better understanding of what it's actually going to look like. And I have them all pre-cut before I do the videos anyway, so it just makes my life a little simpler. And I have started stamping like that, where I just use the sleeve of whatever shirt I am wearing so that I can rub my hand over it a lot smoother and easier than I can if I am just using my hand, because you know how your skin kind of sticks to the plastic kind of a deal. So we've got our frogs and our lily pads, and now we are going to take just a block. I find with these little tiny ones, like for the, what are those things called? They're not lilies. The other thing was on a lily pad. I cannot think of the name of the flower right now. And then these are cat's tails. I find it easier just to stamp it with a block because they're so small anyway. So I have one on either side, the single, and then on the other side is the double. So I just flip the block back and forth depending on which one I want to stamp. And because our frogs are all masked out, I can stamp right over them and not worry about it all looking funny at the end. So we're going to get all those stamped out, and then we will pull our masks off, and now we're going to start on the coloring. So first things first, I'm going to do the water of the pond and get that all put in. They're lotus flowers. That's what they're called. They're lotus. So starting with the water here, I am going to use a bunch of the blues and the blue-greens just to create a pretty little pond with some waves happening in it and giving it some feeling of movement towards the pond. I have sped this video up to 3 times its original speed, so I try to keep things as slow as I can, but still not making you guys watch the video for 15 hours, because that's no fun, and I wouldn't want to sit here for an hour and watch me color a scene on YouTube. I mean, it's a little different if I was to be doing an online class or something of that nature, where I want you guys to be able to follow step by step. I mean, you can see the steps and you can follow it here as well, don't get me wrong, and you can slow it down if you want to and all of that fun stuff, but I like to keep everything right under 20 minutes if I can at all possible. So now we're pulling in some of those blue greens just to give it that little bit of a green undertone to the water. There's really no rhyme or reason to where I put the waves or anything like that. I did want a little bit of a cast shadow from the lily pads and the lotus flowers, and yeah, carrying on with the water. Boy, this is going to be a video heavy week, guys. You got one yesterday, you're getting one today, you're getting 2, maybe 3 tomorrow, because I have 2 that have to go up that aren't watercolor, and I try to do a watercolor Wednesday, so I have something filmed. It all depends if I get it all edited or not, and if you guys aren't going to get sick of me if I drop 3 videos in one day on you all. It's a busy week. I got lots of posts to go up and lots of design team and guest design team projects and things of that nature that I did some filming for, so lots of work on the water. Wow, I didn't realize it took this long. I should have sped it up faster, but that's all right. That's all right. We can babble on about lots of things, except I don't know what to talk about. So I've been trying to change up mediums and giving you guys lots of different things here on the channel, and it seems like everybody's receiving it very well. Sorry, I was stretching. And which is awesome, because I get bored really easy. Like I don't like to color with the same medium all the time. I do find that when I'm in a hurry or I'm running out of time, I reach for my Copics, simply because I find them to be the fastest medium for myself. I have been experimenting a lot more with my watercolors, trying to get better at doing entire scenes and things like that with them instead of just doing florals, because I do tons and tons and tons of flowers and I tend to use my watercolors for it, and I love doing that, but I'm really trying to branch out and use them for other things. A card you'll see tomorrow, the background scene was painted with my watercolors, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out, so that's super awesome. I didn't film the scene though, I just filmed the coloring of the character, but that's okay. We'll get there. Once I feel a little more comfortable with what I'm doing with my paints, I'll get there. So there is our water, just giving it, you can see how it kind of looks, it looks pondish. And I blended that real light blue up past those cat's tails so that when I bring the sky down to it, it kind of has a little bit of a transition there. And then I'm going to drop some grass in and stuff. But it's kind of like how it washes out into your ground. So now I'm going to work on the sky. And I kept the sky very, very simple. I just gave it some horizontal lines with our darkest color, and then I'm going to start blending them out as we get lighter, which kind of gives it the appearance of some clouds and some movement in the air. It's just a quick and simple way to do a sky. Now I just color over everything. Color it all in, Jessie. Color it all in. Super messy, but it gives the illusion of the sky and the clouds and the movement. I find that you don't have to be super, super fussy with your backgrounds because your images take the forefront once you get to the point of coloring them. So I just kind of block it all in so it's all there. And now I'm going to start coloring on our lily pads using my greens. This marker tends to leak. It's always done that. I've had this marker for a very, very long time. And I don't use a lot of it, so I think that's part of the issue, but I think it was overfilled when I got it, so I always have to pull off that back end or it wants to blob all over everything. And when I'm this point in coloring something, I'm not letting a marker put a big blob of color on top of it and ruin it because I don't want to start over. I've gotten this far and we're committed and we're finishing it one way or another, so let's avoid issues at all costs and making it a little more difficult on myself to try and hide a really dark color or something of that nature. So I just go back and forth working on our layering to get a nice depth of color without washing it out too terribly much with the lighter color. And then I decided that I didn't think it was bright enough, so I put a YG01, which is a real yellow looking green, just to give it a lot more life and brightness brought into the image. So lots of layers just until you get to the look that you want. Now we're going to go in again here and I'm going to work on the other one. I know my hand is in the way when I'm doing these stripes, and it's simply because I keep them so narrow, so my pen is very vertical the way I'm holding it, and I can't hold it on its side or the lines get too thick on me and then I'm not happy with them. So that is why my hand is in the way when I do the first ones, trying to keep everything nice and thin and pointy. You can see how that top line got a little thick on me. It's not real pointy at the tip, and that's because I was trying to hold the pen too sideways as opposed to vertical. So I hope you guys have been getting lots of inspiration. I hope you guys have been creating lots. I know I get sucked into this world of YouTube once in a while where I watch tons of videos and they're not even necessarily crafting videos. I watch lots of fine artists and things of that nature. But I find that I get to the point where I watch tons and tons of videos and I'm not making things. So I've really been focusing on making while I watch. Like I sit down at the table and I make a conservative effort to be working on a card or on a painting or on something while I'm watching YouTube. I usually watch tons of YouTube while I film videos. Or podcasts, things of that nature. But it's to keep that balance of not just getting lost in the world, or how do I usually put it? I get sucked into the weird places of YouTube. I end up in very weird places on YouTube. But to find that balance of still making sure that I'm making things and using the products that I'm buying because of other YouTubers or other card makers or companies and things of that nature, as well as watching other people's videos and supporting them and enjoying and learning and expanding my ideas and stuff of that nature. So I hope you guys are finding that balance too and still making things and not just getting sucked into watching. Now, if you're going to get sucked into watching, I mean, spend 9 million hours watching my YouTube videos. I'm perfectly fine with that, but I really hope you're making things as well. If you aren't and you didn't know, I do have a Facebook group. It's called Cards and Colors. It's Cards and Color. It's always linked in the description box below. We have a great little community going on over there. I think we're close to 2,500 members in the group. And we do giveaways, and we have sponsors that do giveaways and give coupon codes and things of that nature. And everybody shares their projects, and I get so much inspiration, and I have so much fun looking at all the things that you guys make. So if you aren't a member over there and you want to share with everybody over there, definitely pop on over. it's drama free because I ain't got patience for drama or time for drama. I'm far too busy to deal with that kind of stuff. But yeah, so that's always there if you guys want to pop on over there. I share everything over there, including the cards that I don't have YouTube videos for because I don't film everything that goes on my blog. I've been getting better at doing a lot more of it, but I definitely don't have time to film every card I make. I know some months I make 30 plus cards in the month, so I can't find the hours to film and edit all of them. So sometimes it's nice just to post something that, you know, I hung out on the couch in the evening watching some weird movie with my child and made, so then I share it over on the blog as opposed to here on YouTube. I do, oh, I hate when people say that. Why did I say that? Bah. Anyway, on the first of every month, I do post a video that shares all the cards I made the month prior, so it does show everything, including the ones that just made it on the blog. I really enjoy doing that. It kind of gives you guys an idea of how much I make in a month and keeps me accountable for using the things that I've bought and making sure that I'm making enough stuff a month considering the stash of stamps, coloring mediums, all that kind of stuff that I have. So it's kind of for my own personal accountability to make sure that I am making as much as I feel I should be making. I'm not saying you guys have to make nearly as much as I do or make less than I do. I mean, you do you, all the power to you. I love watching what everybody creates and seeing what you all make, but it's just kind of my own personal accountability holder to make sure that I'm doing what I need to be doing. So that's always fun and exciting. We are working on our cat's tails here, so I'm coloring in those with the E30 range of markers. And then we'll get into adding in the grass that blends that pond into the sky so that it looks like there's ground in behind it yet. And it's not like the end of the world because, you know, the world doesn't end with a pond kind of deal. So I'm just going to start, and I make tall and short, and I just start flicking in. It's kind of like hair. I'm just flicking in different layers and clusters of strands at different heights and widths just to make it look like there is lots of tall grass and it fades off into ground in behind the pond. So we're going to finish that off, and then I do stamp a sentiment at the bottom, and I outline everything with my black pen because I have developed this love for super bold outlines, so I do that all the time. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. The link to the stamp set, as well as my blog, the Cards in Color Facebook page, and all of that fun stuff will be in the description box below. There is more to this video than I thought. What is coming up after this? I don't know. I was starting to say goodbye, but I don't think I'm supposed to yet. See, this is the kind of videos you guys get. I'm all like, I should go back and voice this over because I obviously messed up and thought I was further than I am. I hadn't even colored in the flowers yet. Where in my fashion, I'm like, I ain't got time for that, so we're just going to jump right back into voicing this over, and then we'll say bye again at the end. So I did want to make those flowers bright pink. I found that there was a lot of blue and a lot of green in this video. I'm going to start outlining this. I don't make you guys sit through it because my pen is in the way the entire time. And then I come in with my white gel pen to give it a little more life, put some white in the eyes and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I can't remember what I was saying. See, I lost my train of thought. So I'm just adding some highlights with our white gel pen just to give it some pops of life. But I did want that pink to break up all the green and blue because this is a very green and blue heavy card. So now we're going to stamp our sentiment. See, now we're coming to the end of the video. See? Get on the ball, Jessie. So I'm going to stamp this unforgettable sentiment at the bottom here. It comes from the same sentiment set. And again, using the same black ink that I used for the Copic coloring. So yes, if you guys aren't subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and leave me a comment. I will see you guys very soon in the next video. Bye for now.